I'm the pioneer guy. All right, here we go. Here we go. So many excuses today. What are you talking about? I'm doing great. All right, so we are goldfishing against the Jeskai Ascendancy deck. Sand's not bad. I hope we hit a land off. I hope we hit a land naturally so we can troll on two. But if we don't, we'll hope to oath into something. Land specifically, maybe. Ah, crap. We're getting hammered by a. Well, that's weird. Temple Garden untapped. Is this a silence scenario? Do they not mean to shock? Maybe. Kind of want the land over the burning tree. Gonna attack for one. Is this Pioneer? Yeah, it is. I need to change my ed info. Chain to the rocks. Maybe they were trying to chain me to the rocks last turn and couldn't do it. Couldn't quite do it. All right, so this costs currently 5. So Nykthos can play it. We'll go ahead and play a 1-cost Mistcutter Hydra. It'll come in with an extra counter on it and draw me a card, and we'll bash for 6. And the next turn, we'll just play a big-ass Mistcutter. I thought Jim was going to keep streaming after he just disappeared. I'm sorry, Ryan. He just started restreaming again, I believe. He was going to play some after the downtime. But he did raid me earlier, so big shout out to Jim. Also, we're playing against the trophy leader, if y'all are curious. ZNT has been playing Jeskai Ascendancy for a little over a week. We're just going to play a big-ass Mistcutter Hydra and hope this is lethal. Mistcutter Hydra is a hell of a card in this deck, huh? Bonk! Do I think there could be an aspect of Hydra deck in Pioneer? There was one when it was in Standard and it was okay. I don't know how good or bad it would be these days. See, we want Liberator, Rexage. I guess we'll keep some stuff for Descendant Mindbender, like the Primordial. I don't think I want much else. Maybe the Ooze. What are we cutting? Mana Ramp's good. Goldfish stuff's good. Ranger class is kind of bad. Vivian's fine. This is good. Brace Hydra's pretty bad. So if we cut that, maybe we bring in Ceratops because it has haste. Maybe Primordial. I should just bring in an Ooze and we'll keep Primordial. Maybe Ooze sucks though. Yeah, if I'm ultimating Vivian, I'll just get Decimator or something to go for the kill. And I want all my disenchants in the main so I can just naturally draw into some way to deal with the Jeskai Ascendancy that doesn't require ultimating a Planeswalker. Card was a Clapper in Standard, yeah. You're honestly in love with Mistcutters? Yeah, they've been really good looking. We're going to keep a risky Dingo because we have the Outland Liberator. And we got some lands and spells. Force on the top will be hot. If we don't draw it, though, we can just go for Oath and look for something to smooth out our draw. But as it stands right now, we're not doing so good. If I do draw the land, I'm going to go Burning Tree into Liberator. I guess here I'll just go Mystic, though. Just get the guaranteed mana instead of the potential mana. If it dies, it's fine. You can push us into in-game territory pretty quickly with the castles. Tap land, Fire Impulse, okay. Let's go Burning Tree. I'm gonna Oath and try to hit a forest. I'm gonna play Liberator. Force them to have another piece of interaction for it. And if they do, then maybe we'll Shifting Ceratop to a haste or something. Radiant Flames would be kind of bad. Rip. But we got plenty of stuff. We got plenty to do. Looking for land in all the wrong places. Would love that Mistcutter Hydra, but I think we just need to get some pressure down. Next turn we can Castle plus Ceratops and give it haste. Iteration's quite powerful on their side. They found Chain of the Rocks, so they're probably going to tag this. Maybe they'll hit Elf though, but I think they'll tag this. So now we can still go Ceratops. If we draw land, we can do both and give it haste. Okay. The green deck's having haste with these powerful creatures has been quite nice, so pretty excited about doing more of this. Even if they deal with the Ceratops next turn, we can back leader and draw a card with the ability. Or they just have an answer for every creature. Cool, cool, cool. That's the one thing about this format that's kind of fucked up, is that all the combo decks have a boatload of interaction on top of being like potent combo decks, so it's just really awkward. But also, this is one of the reasons why Oath of Nissa should maybe be saved until later in the game if possible, right? Because now we're flooding a bit. Well, now we get that, so that's pretty cool. That was a good top deck, I'll say. It's also bigger than Gigantha, so next turn we might be able to draw a big thing and have potential lethal. What format is this? This is Pioneer Insights. Pioneer is the format on Arena, but not on... Or sorry, the format on Magic Online, but not Arena, that sits between Modern and Standard. This is kind of what they wanted Historic to become. But this was made before Historic, so... All right, attack for 7, put you at 2. Hope you don't have anything. No, there's no Primeval Titan. None of the Titans, but they're, you know, there are interesting cards that are similar in power level. Right now we're playing against the Trophy Leader ZNT, so if I 2-0 him, I'm going to be pretty ecstatic. And there's only usually 2 Chain of the Rock, so it's unlikely they have anything for the Vorinclex, and they say GG. Nice. All right, maybe the mirror, but maybe Winota, but Basic Force leads me to believe this is going to be a mirror. And they have Elf and we don't, so not great. Probably going to get clapped. I was definitely looking for Nykthos here, but I guess a Vivian will have to do. Yo! Jay Shrimp, thanks for the 22 months. It's always a nice feeling when someone gives you their Twitch Prime, right? It's like, oh man, you love me so much that you think I'm worth Prime Gaming subbing, you know? It's like, damn. Let's get some sub-rest in chat. You're playing their list, I think? No, this, Mogd is the person whose list it was. I will take this Nykthos. Next time maybe can do some cool shit, huh? You love me so much you're willing to pay me with Bezos money. Well, I know for a fact you're willing to pay me with your own money too, so I ain't too worried about it. This is bad. This is bad. I would definitely double block if they attacked, I think, so. But now they just let me kill their Take Voracious. Give us something to fight. Now we're gonna lose our Vivian, but their Nissa is way more powerful thanks to the mana generation, I think. And their Nykthos actually isn't that strong. They only have, it's a break even right now, so good news for us. If they decide to tap their Visionary for mana, then that means they're not gonna kill this either, but looks like they are gonna have it, and they are gonna be able to kill it. Didn't he just use an emoji on MTGO? Yes, that's a Leaping Lizard. I forgot how to do it, but I used to know all of them. Alright, so Vivian down. Then they're gonna go get probably Sky Sovereign would be my guess. They could go get anything really. Damping Sphere. Wow. Clowned. Alright, well. If it's a weak versus weak battle, I'll take it because your deck relies on the big mana way more than mine. Even Arcbow. Well, that's not good. Wonder if they're going to minus on something or just buff their creatures. This Vivian's scary, but it's not that scary. Damping Sphere is making my life a living hell at the moment. So if we tag with everything, we just lose 2 creatures and don't kill Vivian. So attacking is a mistake. If they attack, we might try to find some potent blocks, but I hope they just go ultimate and just go get Kogla or something. I'd much rather fight one of Kogla than an active Vivian, because this is just going to make little dorks grow and grow forever. We can't do much about it. Land's a draw. It's good news. Wolf Willow can be a 2/2. So it's S Lizard in brackets, but it used to be other things. They used to be different. Alright, so if we slam with everything, the Vivian dies. They eat these 2, probably. So what happens if I just attack with this and this, right? These 2, they double block this. She takes 4. We kill this. Not good enough. If they double block this, the rest of their deck is turned on, but I think just slamming with everything is fine. This was a hell of a draw. I can sit back on it, and the Vivian doesn't actually put counters on things anymore, or is it half? Is it half rounded down? Okay, so it still kind of works. But, I don't know. This is a way to make sure it gets off the table because it has trample. But they're going to eat these 2 probably instead of the old growth troll, because giving me extra mana, or it would just return, so. But maybe it puts it here. Maybe that's fine too. The Damping Sphere keeps it from tapping for extra mana, so. Well, T-Spain, it was in like version 1 or 2. That's how you know that it's built on fucking monkey code or whatever. Like, it's built on chewing gum and dreams. Because you can still use the Leaping Lizard emote. Leaping Lizard is the company that originally created it. They were contracted to create Magic Online. And after like the first year, they took over all the maintenance and stuff themselves. So it's just pretty obvious how little actually has changed in 20 years. you know? Alright. No attacks. We'll just sit. The Vorinclex is a great blocker. We're at 6, they're 17. Now you feel like a boomer? Well, you should. You're old. I'm old. We're all old. Karn the Great Crater has entered the zone. It's only going to come in with 2 loyalty, I think. And then it's going to tap for... Or it's going to minus to die, or plus to do nothing. See, what are they going to go get? Man, that damage sphere is actually kind of good against me. Sky Sovereign. Sky Sovereign. Kill the 5/5. We'll attack with everybody. If they want to trade in a weird way, I'm fine with it. But I'm trying to kill them before their Sky Sovereign comes down and does some serious dirty to me. This getting eaten is fine because it replaced itself. They'll take 12 down to 5. Sky Sovereign doesn't give them enough blockers, I don't think, to get out of it. So I was thinking they might actually double block the Vorinclex, and I think that might have been their best route to potential victory. Sky Sovereign does attack for lethal, so we do got to go for a kill next turn. At the very least, we need to make sure they don't have any blockers left somehow. And luckily with Vorinclex and Voracious Hydra, we have giant trampling blockers. Wow. So they have to tap this now? Alright. Let's see if we can get out of it. We got to slam with everything probably. No other options. I want a Vorclass coming absolutely clutch 2 games in a row. Yeah, we see a lot of cards with Oath of Nissa, though. Maybe I'll put 1 main, 1 board. I actually had 2 or 3 in my original version of Devotion whenever it first came out, but it ended up being slightly worse than the builds that were playing Karn. But luckily, we just have enough trample damage that it didn't matter, which is sick. Alright, I want some Liberators and the Rex Sage. Ooze is not great. Kogla's good. Mistcutter is not great, but maybe we keep it just because it's big. Maybe we keep it just because it's big, huh? I like fight and I like big. Let's trim a Hydra. Mistcutter, that is. I think there's another shitty Ranger class matchup, so I'm going to cut it. Maybe it's fine, though. Maybe we just have enough mana usually where it does something good. It's just so weak on its surface. It's really good against control, though. I just like cutting it whenever I don't know if I'll have time to activate it, you know? Daddy Vorinclex, yeah, you know. The sand kind of sucks, but we're going to keep because we got elves and lands. And a payoff, you know? It's hard to want more than lands elf payoff. Elf land payoff. Boat guys in here? Yeah, this is like the second time we've played against the second time we played against Sky Sovereign or with Sky Sovereign and Boat Guy wasn't around. Really missing out on some key fun stuff going on vis-a-vis boats. Being on the draw, again, in the elf on elf matchup, when your opponent has a Voracious Hydra for your elf, not the greatest thing in the world. I'm just going to take it because we can Hydra them next turn. And I assumed that something like that was going to happen, so... Alright, so we can play Mistcutter Hydra, that's a 5/5, and just play D. I assume they're about to play some Planeswalker. So maybe I can make a 4/5 Hydra that fights something, or I can just make an 8/9 Hydra that can threaten all their planeswalkers. I think that's probably better. Oh, don't want to do that. We can make it bigger next turn, but I don't really need to make it bigger next turn. And we can fight an elf, actually. Maybe a 4/5 that fights an elf is just better. Maybe not. I think double's better. Just because they have so many elves. They were willing to trade elves, so they might even have another elf in hand, right? And, like, keep them off of Nissa for one turn is not nearly as good as just being able to threaten to kill it, I think. So we're going to go big. We're going to hold this for a minute. We don't want it to die to a Voracious Hydra. And we do want it in case they play something off of Karn later. But maybe it'll be good to go ahead and play it next turn. I don't know. All right, so if Vivian comes down here and buffs, I think we're still threatening lethal on it, right? Without much trouble, especially with the Mistcutter Hydra. But 8, they can put some blockers in front of it, but then we just chew up most of their battlefield. So maybe they actually go minus to kill an elf. I don't hate that thought. I mean, I don't like that thought, but I mean, like, if I'm on their side, that might be something I'd be interested in. Yeah, Mistcutter is pretty good too. That's kind of why I went for Voracious Hydra now, so I could get a big now. And then later I can go medium to big Mistcutter Hydra. Whereas, like, a non-hasted giant Voracious Hydra, after your opponent has a Planeswalker on the battlefield, it's not great. Yeah. Nice. All right, we'll just attack and kill Vivian. We'll hold back some blockers. We have Kogla to fight, which is nice. The Mistcutter Hydra, because they fought our elf, we couldn't quite make a big one. Oh, this is scary. That was some top deck. Some top deck. So they're just going full blown on a Voracious. I think they can make it an 8. So they can't even kill ours. So they're just going to make a 16 probably. Okay. This actually happened quite a bit in these matchups. So nothing new here. All right, so let's go 4/6. We'll just play Kogla and we'll fight down, I guess, Voracious Hydra. That'll do it. That'll do it. So they did the same thing I did, but they had more mana than me. They were on the play and killed my elf early. Do I want the Ranger class or the Silver Primordial? Let's bring in the Primordial. I'm trying the Mistcutters. I don't think they're that good. Llanowar just blocks too much, too quickly. I think the Mistcutters are much better in other matchups than this one. Kind of want to bring in Tarask. Definitely keeping this one. This hand's pretty solid. Hopefully we can curve naturally and get Grey Hinge online. Grey Hinge is busted in this matchup. Oath hopefully hits a land. If I draw a land natural, I'm going to go Mystic Pack Leader, though, I think. Replay line, yeah. This costs 6. Let's Oath. Nice. Blow up one of their mana sources. I'm gonna take Forest over Lair so I can cast the Grey Hinge next turn. Even if they kill an elf, I think I can. Maybe not, though. But I don't really want the Lair, because it'll be good, but it enters tab next turn, and that's just a little awkward. I'm going to go ahead and attack. I'm fine with trading, and I want to deal some damage to the Nissa, and I doubt they'll block. Okay, that's fine. I'm into that. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the channel. Seems like a bad block. That's what I was thinking, but to each their own. Is your deck discussion from this morning going on YouTube? It's not 10 o'clock, but you can check out the VODs. I was half paying attention, excuse me. Let's start with Castle Garenbrig, because I know I'm going to be doing that. Start with Pack Leader. All right. I guess we just say go now. They have no cards in hand. Can't cast Kogla this turn, but we can next turn. These don't really attack Nissa too well anyway. But next turn we can start attacking with these. We can maybe fight down a land as well. You're really seeing the strength of the Grey Hinge here. So Kogla, we can return a Burning Tree to our hand, actually. That's kind of nuts. Let me read Kogla real quick. So whenever it attacks, you destroy an artifact or enchantment. 2, return a human you control to its owner's hand and it gains indestructible. So we can bounce this and recast it to get more activations. I think I'm going to go for Arcbow Ranger. Just to kill the Nissa. Attack with these, fine. Draw a card. I'm okay letting the Vivian die. We have plenty of juice. I'm cool trading most of this stuff for their stuff. And that's a GG. I'm going to mulligan this hand. If my elf dies, I'm just screwed. This hand's a lot better. We're going to keep, put back I guess a land. Pioneer Challenger decks are actually surprisingly good. Yeah, they did a good job of making the Pioneer Challenger decks for sure. Goose it up. The goose is loose. This might be a matchup where we get to see Ranger class shine, especially if they're playing Mayhem Devil. Although if they just cast Mayhem Devil here, I don't know that there's a whole lot we can do. We just end up dying, basically. I'm going to look for a land, specifically a Nykthos. Nice, found it. I'm going to try to fight the goose. I think they would have fatal pushed my elf if they had it. So I'm hoping that this is just a kill. We could have maybe saved it for their 4-drop or their Mayhem Devil, but I think I'd rather go ahead and just get a creature on the battlefield. It increases my Nykthos, my Ranger class. It makes it so they need to have multiple answers. But if this is Mayhem Devil, like, you know, they don't have a thing to sack just yet, but let's go green. So we'll do this. All right, so can't do it yet, but we can go attack with the wolf and the Voracious Hydra and put a counter on the wolf. And then we have a reset with the Oath next turn, so we might be able to do some cool shit next turn. I'm assuming that all my creatures are going to die, though, so... Nykthos Ranger class seems awesome. Ranger class was actually my pick for a card that would most influence Pioneer whenever this set came out, based on its ability to be used in mono green Devotion. And it was much worse in the heavy Planeswalker version, though, but it seems like it's right at home here. Seems really good. We bricked this time, but imagine if we had hit like 2 or 3 creatures, we'd have just been able to cast all of them, you know? But now they're going to go Familiar, Goose, Mayhem Devil. Our Goose is cooked, you know? Mayhem Devil, just another one of the cards that I wish never fucking existed. Just a card that single-handedly makes certain fucking cards and decks unplayable, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's just literally no way to do anything about it, and you just lose the game. It's so dumb. So 1 sack, 2 sack, so we can Vivian. I think this works, technically. I think this works technically. Well, rituals, I don't know. Is it still legal in on Arena? Does anybody know? All right, well, we'll attack with these. I say this one has trample, so maybe it's just this one. Maybe it's both, and we just put a counter on this one. It's banned in Historic. It's legal in Historic. Cool. 2 directly contradictory statements. This is why you can never trust Twitch chat, folks. That's why you can't trust Twitch chat. Fight the devil. We couldn't quite get the Voracious Hydra big enough, but we can now. Food Soul Historic deck? Yeah, but that wasn't the question. It was banned in Standard super late in its Standard format, I believe. Here's a real question. Why would they ban it in Historic when Pioneer desperately needs their attention more? Because they don't give a shit about Pioneer Orbital. That's why. They've kind of let Pioneer do nothing for over a year. I don't even think they've mentioned it in the presser or anything like that, you know? The fact that Canner is untapped is dumb, I agree. But it's just the world we live in. The Pioneer Challenge decks have been in rotation for a long time. Well, that was kind of a cool draw. I think I can get it. Or at the very least, I eliminate a bunch of their things. They sack, we eat, they sack, we eat, they sack, we eat. I think I'm one short of being able to get it. But this gets rid of a lot of their triggers, which I like. Because we're not super high on life. And we can gain a little bit with the ooze next turn, so it's not that big of a deal. They need a real big top deck to not be dead. Luckily, we're owning. So that, and then we'll put a counter on... I guess we'll just spread it out evenly, huh? I mean, I don't agree, Titan. I basically quit playing the format at some point because I thought Inverter was just too much. Inverter just felt like too much for me personally, but it is what it is. Too many combo decks at the top, too many games ending via not the combat phase was not good for the game, I don't think. It's just very unintuitive, very awkward for newer players. Hey, thanks for following, Nick. Oh, what a top deck. Are we dead? We're pretty close to dead, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Meathook Massacre plus the Cauldron Familiar might be lethal, actually. I don't know. Maybe not. It did kill the use, though. That's a bummer. I think I can just give all my creatures trample here and win the game, which is kind of sick nasty. I mean, you can say what you want, man. I did not enjoy the format, and I was one of the people playing it and promoting it a lot. And a lot of people seem to agree with me because when I stopped playing it, everyone else did too. I will bring in some Disenchants and the Ooze. I think I'm going to bring in the Primordial as well. I just want more natural draw answers. This is another matchup where Mistcutter can come out because it has infinite chum blockers. Trample is good though, so I do like Old Growth Troll, Vorinclex, Voracious Hydra. Those are all great. The Ranger class was outstanding that game, so very happy to have had it. What do we cut? Great Hinge is good. Maybe we bench the Primordial. Maybe Vorinclex is not great. Needs a copy of Galta. I think we got enough big trampoline stuff. Do I ever cut a land? Maybe. Maybe on the draw I cut a land. I'm going to try trimming a castle on the draw. I think castle's good, but it's much worse when you cut Mistcutter Hydra. We're going to keep. Mulliganing's kind of rough in this matchup. We actually can't cast a single spell in our hand, but I think I'm just gonna try to draw green source so I can play Pack Leader on 2 and then Burning Tree Nykthos on 3, something like that. We'll see how it goes. I might just not draw a land. Or I'll draw that one, but that's fine. It's a land. We can maybe do something instead of doing nothing. Well, Troll Crumbs is gonna put a hurting on me here. Mayhem Devil, can't beat it. Never tried to beat it. Could have maybe trimmed a Liberator, but I kind of liked it for the Trail of Crumbs and shit that they have going on a lot, you know? I feel like they should maybe go Float a Red and then pay with the Blooming Marsh and then try to hit. Okay. Fabled Passage? Wow, they didn't have anything? So we can kill Goose and hope that we get to untap on the following turn. I'm gonna do it. Familiar, no oven, please. Fuck! We're not dead, though. They're gonna kill this, and then we go Burning Tree, Nykthos, Rage Hydra, fight Devil. So we're actually in business. Yeah, I wish they had banned Heliod over Ballista as well. I thought them banning Ballista was a way to knock Mono Green down a peg while also stopping the Heliod Ballista combo, but Ballista was such an important part of this metagame and format that, like, it basically getting rid of that killed off Hardened Scales, and I thought Hardened Scales was a cool deck to have be good, you know? Binary need Nykthos, yeah. Guess there's no reason to do this first. Let's just attack first and see how they block. Yeah, Heliod was a newer card. They needed to use it to sell packs. Start with Ooze. They'll probably bring it back immediately, and then I'll just play the rest of my hand instead, right? Slender Crump, thanks for the follow. Did not pay. Interesting. Just gonna play two pack leaders, I think. Hope I don't get hit with a Wrath. If this is just Big Boy, if this is Miha Massacre, we still have 8 power in play. It's good, but it's not game over. Nice. All right, so hopefully it's Heroic, not Burn. Maybe, I don't know which one I'd rather play against, actually. Pack Leader's actually been quite good in this deck as a double green 2-drop. The aggressive slant of this build is nice. I've been really liking it, so... Exactly, J Shrimp. It's only ever going to be broken. It's never going to be fun or fair. It's just going to be broken shit. Do I just trade? Just block. Defiant Strike. I think I'm fine with the Defiant Strike trade, right? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just let it go. I'll just take it. Whatever. And now I can go Pack Leader, Nykthos, Nissa, whatever. One land, huh? Is that good? Is that good, chat? Y'all ever seen anything like it? Have you ever been fucking dumpstered that hard in your whole life? Hello. How are you? What do we bring in? Nothing? We have no cards for the matchup because it's a weird matchup. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ross, I'm going to have you on talk about that one if you want. That'll be yours. That'll be your time shift. This one's a bit better. I don't really want the ooze. Let me put it back. It's fine. I kind of wanted to board him out, but I know it's like okay against Luris, but not really. This is a horrible matchup, by the way. In case anyone was curious, if I win the match, I'll be ecstatic. And I'll go ahead and call this deck as being best in the format. This deck needs a green ley line. Yeah, you would think that they would print some sort of green ley line, considering they have all the other color ley lines around. You know? Considering they have all the other ones hanging out, doing cool stuff. Lair or Voracious? I guess it's Voracious. We're still not that close to playing it. Not for realsies. Rip the other green ley lines aren't Pioneer legal. I know. Mod check green ley line. I mean, it got banned. Slitterchrome, Beref, Arion, Nicholas, Amulet, thanks for all the follows recently. Thanks again to J Shrimp for the Prime sub a while back. Grid for battle. We're grid to go. I saw people, instead of playing Gird for battle, they were playing the one that learns and only puts one counter on something. I kind of like it, because Inkling is pretty good. Ouchies. That's what we call a Fauci ouchie. Okay. It doesn't really matter. I guess I'll just play a big thing. Doubled. I'm pretty dead, though. Guiding Voice. Yes, that's the one. Alright, you win, bro. Just get me out of this fucking game. Alright, we're on the play. Do we want anything? They don't have flyers. The oozes, whatever. They don't have enchantments. Scanning life is okay. Maybe we just ignore and gain life. It's February the 1st? Question mark? Alright, well, as is custom, Reptar gets special treatment. So we must go. We must go to the alert box. We must find the special alert variation specifically for Reptar. Just shake that ass, bitches. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. All right. Thank you to Reptar for the tier 3 sub. Love you, buddy. You're the most sacred mod. Dude, you've been here through the thick and the thin, so I just want you to know that I really do fucking love you, man. And I'm sorry that we didn't get to do dinner when you were in town. So. All right. It's true love, I know. All right. So we cut the oozes, which I think are fine to cut, but we could leave them in because they shut off Dreadhorde Arcanist too. Maybe Mistcutter Hydra is just cheeks. Mistcutter Hydra could just be Booty Cheeks. And I'll just use Cetus and Pioneer to gain some life. Maybe that'll give me some time. Okay. Will cause you to board in one-off creatures versus leaving them for wishing with Viv. If I think that I have time in a matchup to wish with Viv, I'll leave them in the sideboard if they're a unique effect. But if I know that I'll never be able to use Viv's ultimate, and I want that effect, I usually bring it in because I have plenty of bad cards in my deck. Reptar smells? That's so mean. Wow, you got owned by your own fucking thing. Wow, you got owned by your own fucking thing, dude. That's actually hilarious. All right, so we'll play Pack Leader first. If they kill it, next turn we'll go Burning Tree Ooze and then eat the thing and gain a life. And if it doesn't die, we'll go Burning Tree Old Growth Troll, I guess. Or now I guess we'll go Vivian. That's a Poggy. Cancel. Is this 5 or 6? Maybe we kill something. I'll just let Viv die. I don't even care. If they have the Reckless Rage, they'll just rage this and kill this. And if they don't have Reckless Rage, maybe I'll block. I don't know. Keep the Vivian alive. Dude, I don't know what you want from me. You did it. I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. You just owned yourself. Congratulations. You played yourself. Just delete it. All right, there you go. Mod abuse. You know what's more abuse? Is Reptar trying to change the Reptar command and getting owned. It's my favorite thing that's ever happened. I'm definitely blocking. I need the mana. But now we just own. Doesn't matter. Game's over. Undefeated! 4-0! Let's go! Love a good miscutter. If I 5-0 with this deck, I'm going to be ecstatic. Now I want to hit, you guessed it. We really want to hit Nykthos. Lures of the Dream Den makes this kind of scary. Maybe Burning Trees will put up some defense. I'm really hoping. They could have ghosted. I wonder if this is the same matchup. Oh, it's Rakdos Blood. Okay, Rakdos Blood could be a really fun one. I'm excited. I think they have a little trouble with Planeswalkers, but maybe we'll get through it. I guess we'll take Elf. Maybe we take Voracious, though. Give us an out. Next time we'll just double Burning Tree. No harm, no foul. They said they closed the stream. They said they closed the stream, okay? Don't give them no guff. That's the best they can do is close the stream if they're in the stream and we fight, okay? And we can't be mad at our friends when they try their best. And no play off the Burning Tree mana is sad, but we got to get some defense down since they seem to be a burn strategy. Yes, it's Felix Burn. I thought it was maybe Rakdos Blood, but Felix Burn makes more sense. Our Citizen Petitioners out of the sideboard should be quite good. And also, if our Great Hinge comes down, we'll be in good shape too. We're not going to block, I don't think. We could maybe double block the Epicure, but I'd rather not. A single burn, like if I double block, a single burn spell kills 2 of them, and I can't really have that be something that happens. Now, if I'm really hoping I just rip Nykthos. A rip Nykthos off the top would be sick. Slash face. Okay. We're at 10. What would be good? Old Growth Troll? Skewer. Wow. Maybe I should be blocking, huh? So it's maybe a good draw, though. So now I'm just going to double block with Burning Trees. That way if they throw burn at something, it's not my face. Felix cut the Wild Slashes? Sure. But it's like Felix-esque burn. Everyone at this point who plays a lot of Pioneer has seen the list. I don't think this is a triple block scenario. I think it's just a double block scenario. I don't want to lose the ooze. I think I'm just going to make a 4-5. Just make them burn me out proper. Deal me 7 with burn. If they go Fire Temper plus a 1 mana burn spell, I'm going to be pretty sad. Lightning Strike's fine-ish. But this actually allows Greyhenge to come down next turn, maybe. But maybe we're just dead to 2 regular old burn spells. And now our petitioners will hopefully be good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye me. Sad. Alright, so petitioners come in. Ranger class out. Ooze can come in. Because they'll probably target my creatures a bit here, especially on the draw. Look up Mistcutters. And the Vorinclex. The Greyhenge is okay. I'll bring in the Rex Sage maybe as a way to kill a blood token. And they might have like 1 mana removal after sideboard. What's it called? Can we? 5-0. Really hoping our elf survives. If they want to kill it, they can, but that means they're not playing a creature. But if they just play a creature, we can play a Growth Troll. Ooze is a good draw, because I need land, though. Land for Old Growth Troll would be sick. I hope it's not Lair of the Hydra, though, which is kind of why I don't want Lair of the Hydra in my deck, to be honest. Searing Blood. Interesting. Okay. Something we can cast versus something we can't. I'll take it. A Dolan. Land? Land for the Poppy? Land for Daddy! Oh, Booyakasha! Yes, of course. Bangarang, Rufio. Please don't make fun of our opponent. They are in our chats. But not in a negative way. They're friendly to the stream. If opponent missequences, that's fine. Those Battlefield Forges are hurting? Yes, I agree. Alright, we'll play 4-4. Next turn, I don't think we're going to die from 14, so next turn we'll use Voracious to kill their blocker. I'm assuming they're going to try to burn me out with Skullcracks and things of that nature. Maybe we're just going to die from 14, though. Seems kind of hard. But it's not impossible. Another Boros Charm and another 3 damage thing will do it. They only had 1 card before this turn, but anything can happen. I'm going to time you out, Marty, just to hide that code, because I don't know what it's for. But that's just for your sake, not for mine. So I can play Voracious Hydra to kill the Epicure. I think that's lethal. Puts me to 5, but that means that they have to target one of my creatures with a burn spell. And they're dead otherwise. They might be dead anyway. Because this has trample. Okay. Oh, that's fair. I just want to make sure, Marty. I just wanted you to know that I was just timing you out to delete it because I don't have the option on my OBS to just delete the comment. And I wasn't sure what it was for, and I was just making sure you were safe. Do we want Liberator to kill Eidolon? What do we not want? You're right, it's not a good trade, but it's just a cheap thing that has a way to unlock. Like, I can cast it early, and then, you know, it makes them casting Eidolon much worse in general. I think we're just not gonna have that much time for the Great Hinge, right? It's gains life, but not that quickly. Yeah, exactly, Orbital. It can definitely get out of hand. Unfortunately, we can't keep this hand. If I had a Nykthos, I might, but one more. Keep this one. I'm just gonna put back an elf. I don't think I need 3 of them. If one of them dies, that's fine. If 2 of them dies, then that means the burn spells aren't going in my face, so it's not that bad. The old Swifty. Taylor Swizzle Spear. If elf survives, I'll go for a Growth Troll next turn probably, so I can start choosing to block. But chances are they're just gonna kill my elf, and I'll just go Burning Tree Elf on my follow-up. Their upkeep, play with fire targeting me. Skewer Elf, that's fine. Damage output is not too high against me right now, so it's bad, but it's not that bad. Hopefully we draw a land. Oh, perfect. They could have attacked. That was like a free damage. I'm going to attack with a Burning Tree. Fine trading. Should have attacked first, but it's less information. Chain of the Rocks? Come on. Okay. That was a great draw. I can go Burning Tree, go to 5, and just play an outlandishly large Voracious Hydra that can threaten lethal. I'm gonna do it. Could also just go for Vivian Plus and alright, we're just gonna make a huge bitch. Go for lethal next turn. I mean, we're probably dead, right? They've been struggling. But I want to try to kill them. They're stuck on lands, but I'm hoping that they don't have Boros Charm, because we're dead to Boros Charm from our attack. Chain of the Rocks puts them to 8. but it doesn't present lethal yet. Puts us to 1, and then we can maybe Vivian to get over. But if they have another 1-mana spell, we're dead, I think. We'll block Eidolon, I guess. We're dead to everything anyway. Alright, I'm just gonna chump, I think. Maybe we go to 3. I don't think we can go to 3, though. Our Vivian's a lot worse, though. Whatever. I think we're dead no matter what we do, but we can at least... Fox, thanks for 10. Yeah, but we have to play. We have to gamble. We're dead to so many combinations of cards. I think we're just dead to a land in like every scenario. So I'm trying to find little things where I can play around everything except one card. Last turn I played around everything except Boros Charm. This turn I'm playing around as much as I can, but I'm dead. I'm pretty sure I'm dead if they untap. So I'm trying to figure out if I can like force them to block with Eidolon, and then they can't play another. But then they just like don't have to play a spell, right? They can just attack me to death. I don't know. We're gonna attack for 6. If they don't block, they go to 2, and then we can chump. Okay, so we're just dead to whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe they have nothing. Maybe it's just mono Eidolons. Who knows? Maybe it's sideboard cards. Yeah, that'll do it. GG. Well played. All right, we gotta pay the non-believers. Pay the non-believers. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. A fun league with a fun deck. Mono green devotion.